First, just want to say welcome everyone and thank you so much for being here. We are just thrilled to present this exhibition after years in the making, The United Colors of Robert Earl Paige.
Yay!
So,
Yay!
So my name is Marina Valinovich. I'm the individual giving manager here at the Art Center, and before getting started with our main program tonight, I just wanted to take a moment to say a few thank yous. First, to our exhibition committee co-chairs, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us tonight, but we are so grateful for them, Jan and Tracy Foreman, and Janice Cantor and Tom McCormick. Thank you, and thank you as well to everybody who pledged their support to make this exhibition possible. Michelle Boone, Anna Coons, Patrick McCoy, Lauren Moltz, and John Clement, and John and Roxana Oxtoby. Thank you so much.
All right.
Hi everyone, I'm Eli Green. I'm the manager of institutional giving. I'll speak a little louder. I'm Eli Green. I'm the manager of institutional giving here at the Art Center, and I just wanted to say thank you all for being here. Congratulations to Robert and the exhibition team, and a special thank you to the Terra Foundation for American Art, whose generous support truly made this exhibition possible. Terra supported this exhibition in a number of ways, including the critical and extensive research and development phase of this exhibition. They also support the ongoing community engagement work, which really allowed the show to be both shaped by its community and for it to provide time, space, and opportunity for continued dialogue and engagement with the community. So thank you to them for supporting the show and also for supporting our show in the Cantor Family Foundation gallery upstairs, the Alice Shadow Show, which are both a part of the Art Design Chicago initiative. So thank you so much.
All right, all right.
Anyway.
And with that,
all right. Well, thank you. That was great. You said everything that now I don't have to say, but I do have to thank, and I want to thank before they take off because they might squirrel themselves away, as the team that made this all happen. Jeff Robinson, our preparator, Fran, our exhibitions coordinator, our exhibitions assistant, Lee was our textile specialist and helped us figure out textiles. And last but certainly not least, Dorian Sylvain for the
All right, all right.
Yeah, Dorian worked as our exhibition designer and really blew it out. So, and we'll have a little bit of time because everyone asks us about the wall. So I do want to give some space for Dorian to talk about what happened and how it happened. And so, actually, you could go right into it. Well, let's wait. Robert, the man of the hour. This is his first.
Hold on, someone said man of the year.
Okay, man of the year. Man of the century. This is his first solo survey exhibition ever. Yes, so far. There's more to come, I'm sure. But we're
in Chicago.
In Chicago, we're really honored to have it and to really continue to have Robert in our community and in our sphere. He started as a resident in our Radicle Residency program in 2022 for a year that became 15 months.
And I'm still here.
And he's still here. So, and actually with this exhibition, we have worked out ways with this space we're calling the Woodshed to have making sessions here, and most Wednesdays, but I think you'll often find Robert around also making stuff in the Woodshed or in our ceramic studio, which he's become a fixture in as well on Monday classes, but whenever he feels like it, which is often. So that's really exciting to have Robert be so present not only in our exhibitions and our galleries, but also in our school and studio community and our residency community. It's the perfect combination of what the Art Center does the best. So to just give, I mean, I know many of you, actually, only some of you were there to hear about the beginnings of the show. We can start from the beginning. Robert Paige is an artist, designer, educator, entrepreneur, has been working on the South Side for over 60 years. And he's known mostly as a textile artist prior to maybe the past 5 years, 10 years?
Well, actually, when people see me, they've always said, "Oh, look at Dapper Dan." No one really understood how important art was to my life. And that was responsible for why I am how I am. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's also really important to why we have this show here. I was introduced to Robert through Gregory Smith, our director of partnerships. I don't know if he's here. Gregory and Robert worked together at Gallery 37 for many years, which is a exhibition or after-school arts program in the city. And so when we were talking, I thought it could be some type of group show, but as I got to know Robert's practice, I knew there was no way it was not going to be a solo show. There was so much material. All of the material you see, well, if it's not a collaboration, it comes from Robert's archive, which is extensive, and there could probably be 5 more shows at the same time. And every time I see him, he tells me something new, and he shows me something new. So I know I haven't seen it all. But that's the mystery of Robert Paige. It will unfold over time, and we will continue to keep learning. But also, he's always learning. He's always learning about art. He's always learning about materials, and that's really a very Hyde Park Art Center thing too. So that connected to why we have him here in our galleries. So the show is organized not necessarily chronologically, because that's very hard to do with Robert's work. I feel like I was trying to go for concepts and motifs, since he started out in home furnishings, I wanted to create a domestic space, which is what we have going here. These rugs, there are several rugs in the show. They were made in collaboration with Oscar Asbarian Rugs in Loop, and came out and won an award in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interior Design Custom Award.
Yeah. So I know we're just looking at these rugs, but I do encourage you to touch them nicely, because they're very plush. They're Tibetan silk woven, hand woven rugs with Robert's designs. And then the screen is a new collaboration that Robert and Jeff made together during the residency. Robert had all these ideas of things that he wanted to do, and Jeff entertained those ideas and got himself into a lot of trouble because this was not an easy design. But we did it, and the fabric on the screen is another collaboration with Emily Winters of the Weaving Mill, which is an artist-run space on the north side. So Robert brought this drawing, The United Colors of Paige, which is the title of the show, obviously, which his daughter Keisha made in 1996. And he wanted Emily to interpret that into a weaving. So that's why we have these stripes. And then the plaid is the reverse of the stripes. So once we saw the fabric, we were really excited by both sides. And the other collaboration, Dorian, I would consider a collaboration of sorts. Dorian, do you want to talk about the walls now?
I can. However, I'm going to come stand next to
Yes, please do. I feel weird looking through the hole.
I know. But also, I just have to say that this was a real labor of love. And I'm not going to bore you guys with talking about the artwork. Instead, I've got something I wrote for Robert. And I just wanted to make a statement. Right. And you know, honestly, I'm going to even extend this to Dr. Carol Adams, because it is applicable to both of you. So, dear Baba Robert, and Mama Carol, words cannot express the depth of gratitude I feel towards you. Your unwavering commitment to the Black arts movement has not only paved the way, but illuminated the path for artists like myself to flourish and grow. Your advocacy for the elegance of Afrocentric fashion is a testament to your exquisite taste and your boundless creativity. You have breathed life into cultural expression, infusing it with grace and dignity. But above all, it is your generosity of spirit and your willingness to share your wisdom and knowledge that truly sets you apart.
Well,
There's more. You have not only mentored, try not to get emotional, mentored individuals, you have nurtured a new generation of cultural warriors, instilling within us the passion to carry forth the torch of our heritage. For all this and more, I am eternally grateful. Your legacy will forever inspire and guide us to continue to honor and celebrate our rich cultural tapestry.
This is over. It's over.
I was just so fortunate as a young artist to know these two people and many more. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and it was buzzing with radical artists as these two. And I give you guys all the credit and all the praise in terms of really forging a path. So again, thank you. This has been a labor of love. And thank you, Allison really had a lot of faith in me, and she just kind of said, just go forth and do. And it's been a lot of fun.
What you do.
That's what it is. This is what, every time Robert would see me, he'd say, just do what you do. Because I'd want to ask, what do you think? What do you think? He said, just do what you do.
Do what you do.
And so I really appreciate that faith and the support of one of my creative homes, Hyde Park Art Center.
Yeah, all right. Excellent.
So yeah, Dorian chose patterns from Robert's designs, and I won't tell you where they are, so you can find them yourself. Like
Yeah, you get a prize if you locate them.
There's four. There's 1, 2, 3. 3 patterns. No, 4. Well, if we call them.
Oh, that's fun, so 4.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's going to be more. I can't stop. Tackling one white ball at a time.
That'll be another hunt. And okay, so that we were very fortunate to have Dorian in our sphere for that, because it really, I knew this room and the work had to have this energy, and Dorian was the perfect kind of maker of that energy, or facilitator, advocator for that energy. So we have the domestic kind of beginnings of Robert's work. The Dock-a-Bar collection right there is what he was first known for. It was a series he made with Sears Roebuck in 1967, which was launched in 1970 in over 126 stores and 56 cities. Right. And so then that also opened the door for him to make textiles for other places. Fiorio Fashion House in Italy, he made that scarf on the purple wall. That was one of his first collaborations with them. And then the fabric that you see rising from, or streaming out of the woodshed, what we're calling it, that was a fabric he made with Walmart in 2003. So there's over
2,000 Walmart stores.
2,000 Walmart stores. So there is this commercial practice, but then you know, it kind of all breaks down from there, and we've got you know, Robert's work comes out of many traditions, not just African decorative arts tradition, but modern aesthetics, Bauhaus, wabi-sabi. All these things kind of meld together in his work, and then you've got these fantastic renditions of patterns, geometric patterns, floral patterns, plaids. Do you want to?
I don't have anything to say.
No, that's not true. You always. A couple things I do want to point out. Two patterns or motifs that are constant throughout his practice are this one of a kind right here, and Power to the People, which we turned into a wallpaper. It's a drawing, and Tran produced a wallpaper from it with Robert's permission, and it's on the entry wall here and on the entry wall on the other side. We have this kind of dual entry system, so I like to try to capture people and introduce them to the ideas in both areas. And the Power to the People is a really significant pattern in that it has these concentric circles, kind of similar to this pattern, but instead there's eyes in them. It's abstract. I'm pointing out eyes. You might not see eyes. But the idea is that, you know, we're used to Power to the People being a fist, a solitary fist, and Robert's rendition was a mesh of people, which speaks to his interest in community and solidarity all throughout from the 60s to now. I will pause for some aphorisms from Robert Paige. Do you want to say?
Today has been consumed with a bunch of interviews. So at this point, I'd like to say thank you to HPAC for allowing me to have this wonderful exhibition here. I'm thankful to all the dear friends that I see and colleagues that I've worked with over the years. This is kind of a dream come true because I've always wanted to introduce myself to my city. And so this gives me a great opportunity to do that. And I'm looking forward to doing lots more. You will see an example of that adjacent to this wall in Playfully. Playfully, to me, was always an idea of a collaborative collective of artists. But the idea is also for the artist to work in a peer-to-peer, which means that you will see example. Well, Maddie, raise your hand. The lamps that you see is a collaboration between Maddie and I. He did the ceramics and I did the shade. And then other parts of my paraply, Laura, you're not getting away. Raise your hand. And like I said, it's a way I feel to touch one, teach one. I feel that there's a necessity for us to pass this on, and we've done it. Doc and I started an alternative school at one point, you know, and it was the idea of we're paying all this money for babysitters, why don't we try to educate our kids in a tradition? And most of the kids have got advanced degrees. One of them is a hell of an artist, Kwasi Dawson, who's world known. And she said, Robert Paige was the only artist I knew when I was growing up, you see, so I'll take a bow on that one. But the idea that we're going to be in a position, and also, here's another paraplegic brother, Tony. Oh yeah, and Malika trying to hide. What else is over there? Oh, Romy Crawford, dude.
Oh, hi, Romy. Hey.
Brian.
Call it out, baby.
Brian Paris.
Yeah, okay.
Let me send it back over this way. Raise your hand again. I'm panning. All right.
Yeah, so that's basically the idea to have an apprentice program. And it actually came out of someone I was influenced with, Roger Fry from the 30s, that had a group called Omega. And Omega, the idea was he had a collection of friends, and he invited them to his atelier, and they worked on furniture, on fabric, on ceramics, in painting. And what it was to give them additional income. See, I believe that artists, you know, they like to make these paintings and they hope to sell them for millions of dollars, but in the meantime, what do? You know, so I prefer to be kind of what I call myself, a a fine artist and a commercial body. Because I believe that you should be able to produce art that sells so you can pay your rent and do all the necessary things that are necessary to do in life. I mean, critical things like, I can't even think of one. So don't come to me.
Well, I remember what you told me once. You said, I want this exhibit to be like how art is in my head.
Yeah, how to be in my head.
Yeah, to be in my head.
Exactly.
And I remember making the comment, I said, and I bet there are no white walls in your head.
Yeah,
And Robert
no
said, you know there aren't.
And yeah, I guess then the other idea she got was that I spent some time in South Africa in the Terra Foundation that they paint on their walls. And I like the idea of, I'm sick too, and then these wonderful walls, you know, because I think when you look at a small piece of work, a work of art, you're into the piece. But when you're in a wall, the wall's in you because it's monumental. And I wanted that to be, and she, as you can see, she knocked. Now some people asked about this particular wall, the technique, and she told me, shh, hush now, don't explain. Yeah, so that was it. I'm done.
All right.
Oh,
another question?
this says Gregory Smith.
Mr. Smith. Come on over.
He's responsible.
So please feel free to wander. We'll be around. You can talk to us or ask us any questions. The show continues also through these doors into the Cleve Carney space over there, which has an interview with Robert walking around his studio, and you learn a lot about his practice that way, paired with I don't know if you've seen this, Dr. Adams.
Yeah, she saw one.
Okay. Dr. Adams and Robert Paige were everyday art productions, and they did these black art festivals.
We were the first to have a festival in South Shore and at the country club. And the idea was a community establishing a aesthetic. The role of the artist in establishing
Community aesthetic.
a community aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we have some of Robert's Super 8 film translated into digital, and it's playing that festival, which is fantastic. And then a brand new piece, which has never been seen in public before, but has lived in his hallway for a very long time. It's an installation that he's reconfigured and will probably keep reconfiguring over the past 50 years, called Critical Race Truth. And I think
Critical Race Truth.
And it's really important to understand that along with this work as well. And so feel free to take some time to read through that content. Like I said, wander, enjoy, and if you have any questions, let us know.
All right.